Andrew was a light. He lit up the room. He made everyone smile and laugh the second he walked in. He was my first close friend here at Grants, but I feel like he was everyone's first friend because he was so warm and welcoming and open with everyone here. When I'd be hosting during the day, I'd be so excited for 4 o'clock to come around because I knew Andrew would walk through the kitchen door and say something stupid to make me smile or make me laugh. And he'd spend hours at the host stand and we would just talk about anything and everything.
Aside from being the hardest worker we know, I would say a complete flirt. He was always surrounded by girls, and I don't know how he got his hands on this tiara, but it was like he put on this tiara and this like ribbon, and he had like just a group of ladies all over. So what gets me is I laughed for like 2 months over this. One day I asked Andrew to go get a light bulb from CVS, and he's gone for like 20 minutes. And then he finally comes back, and I'm like, Andrew, where have you been? And he's like, what? I went to CVS. I'm like, what CVS? He's like, the one down on Farmington Ave. I'm like, Andrew, there's CVS right across the street. And I must have laughed for like 2 months straight.
My name is Dave Peterson. I'm a regular character here at Grants. Andrew is always kind and wonderful, full of joy and happiness. He would come up to me and greet me and be so kind and so friendly. Went out of his way to make me feel at home. And you know what? I never gave him a penny of tips. It came from his heart. There was a sincere, wonderful person there. And now there's this void here. And I'll always miss him every time I come in because he was that special.
Andrew gave me confidence when he wasn't trying to. Andrew, every time I came in, I was having a bad day. He knew just exactly what to say to just make me laugh. Nobody else could. Andrew. Oh. Andrew, me and Andrew had this little thing in the back. Every Sunday night, he'd be my only expo. He'd be my expediter. He'd help out. He'd come do everything. And one thing that me and Andrew just always had, every time I'd ask him for a ramekin, like, Andrew, pass me a ramekin. He'd be like, oh, Janisa, I'll ram your kin. And out of anything that would mess up my day, he would always make me smile with that. It's not going to be the same without Andrew. Andrew gave me so much confidence to do so much. There's this guy I had the biggest crush on at Brico's. And I always was so scared of being rejected. Never wanted to give him my number. Andrew told me that I was beautiful, that I should just go for it. And the next day I did. It's working out great. If it wasn't because of Andrew, I probably wouldn't have gave him my number. Andrew made me feel like I could do it. And I just wish he was around still so I could let him know. I really miss him. And I hope he's in such a better place. He watches over everybody because Grants will not forget Andrew.
One word I would use to describe Andrew is a mood changer. There was no amount of anger or sadness that I could have if I ever saw Andrew. He always seemed to make me happy. My favorite memory of Andrew is the time on his birthday last year. We went out and he got a lap dance from a 60-year-old woman and he just like loved it. Like he lit up the entire room. He never failed to like sparkle. And I just want to let you guys know that you like raised a really good kid.
So one fond memory I had of Andrew was a night that we were out getting some drinks after work with a couple co-workers, and he accidentally knocked over their wine display, and he freaked out thinking he was going to have to pay for all this. So he came up to me and told me that he might have piddled in his pants a little bit. And the first thing going through my mind was, who says piddle? But that was what was unique about Andrew. He was a different kind of guy. And I would have been happy to help him that night, but thankfully there was nothing in the bottle, so he didn't have to pay for anything. So he was good. But I could tell you he had this insatiable tenacity for life, and I feel like if more people had that same tenacity for life like he did, we'd be a better world. So, Andrew, you will be missed, but never forgotten. Rest in peace. Love you, pal.
One word to describe Andrew for me would probably have to be jovial. He always came in with a smile on his face and joking around and like entertaining the people around him, whether it was guests or co-workers. He always put smiles on people's faces. He always had one on his face, and he made me laugh a ton. One of the funniest people I've ever met, and definitely a source of a lot of amusement and laughs and happiness here at Grants. I'm gonna miss him.
A word I would use to describe Andrew is the best. I would always tell him that whenever I would beg him to clear my tables, or if I was weeded, and he was weeded too, and I would just be like, Andrew, please, 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 and he'd be like, okay, just give me a second. And I could tell that even when he was overwhelmed, he would never say no to someone else who needed help, and that went a long way here, and I think everyone can say that Andrew's done the same exact thing for them. A funny thing that I think about that Andrew used to say all the time was that he didn't know how to read and that he could only count up to 10. So it's just little things like that that are super funny, and you just think of them like so ridiculous, but it was really sweet and funny, and we're gonna really miss him a lot.
I used to call him Romeo. My fondest memories of Andrew was when he first got hired, and when we hired the young, attractive hostesses, he would always congregate around the hostess stand. How many times I yelled at him that there's work that needs to be done. So I just hope that he's chasing those skirts up in heaven, and he's getting yelled at as much as he did here by me. So those are my fondest memories of him, and you're going to be missed.
One word that describes Andrew.
Bubbly, fun,
Clumsy.
always smiling. Definitely clumsy.
I think happy, definitely happy.
Absolutely.
Any stories to share?
I just remember him coming to work in shoes that were like 3 times his
That was
size.
my story.
And like for a week straight wore these shoes, and they were so tiny on him.
Yeah, we were at the
People were like,
hostess.
literally
are you
talking.
uncomfortable? And he's like, oh yeah.
We were at
He
the
like
hostess.
didn't care though.
And
Yeah.
I was like, Andrew, what are those? What size is that? And he's like, oh, they're size 5. I'm like, what size do you normally wear? He's like a 10. What is wrong with you?
How did you get your foot in that?
He's like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. These are good.
Always positive for sure. You
Never
would ask
a dull
him to like
moment.
clear your table. He's like, absolutely, anything for you, anything.
I remember Christmas shopping with Andrew,
Oh, for his sister.
meeting him at the mall, and just he wasn't wearing a jacket. It's the middle of winter, and you're not wearing a jacket. I'm fine. I'm good. Where should we go? Girl shit. I don't know this.
Yep.
We walk into Forever 21, and he just looks around like,
I don't know anything.
so lost. What do I get her? He finds like this backpack, and he starts like picking up all these like little random things, and like, oh, she likes penguins, and chapstick's cool, right? And he's just like stuffing like everything into this backpack, and I'm like, you literally just came up with your Christmas idea in 3 seconds. Like,
His sister actually came in, it was like weeks ago. I think she was sitting at table 20. And he was so proud. He was walking around and he was like, Anna, did you go see my sister at table 20? I was like,
you have
oh
to
my
go meet
God,
my
I didn't-
sister.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. And he was so proud. He was so proud of her. Like just how pretty she was. He was like telling everyone, she's pretty hot. Like, oh look at her. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird for you to say, but
I get it.
I'll go check her out. You're proud. That's awesome.
If there was one thing Andrew was proud of, it was his sister, 100%.
He always wanted to make her proud. He always wanted to be better so that he could show her that he could do it.
When I think of Andrew, I only think of his smile. and how every time I would see him come into work, he was always smiling, no matter how poorly or how great he felt. As a mother, this has really affected me. I felt, and I do feel, toward some of the younger people that work here, almost like a surrogate mom at times. And I feel like that toward Andrew. I felt that we became very much a family for him, a work family, and most of us have been here for quite a long time, so we truly care about one another. So when you lose part of your family, you are never the same, as we never will be without Andrew with us. We wish peace to his family and hope that they know how much we truly loved Andrew.
We're definitely going to miss him.
Yep.
You know, he was part of he was like a brother to us. Sometimes like stepbrother. But, you know, because, I don't know.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Is there a funny story that you can think of?
Funny story is when Andrew went to look for the left-handed wine glasses. That was pretty funny, you know?
We always knew where to find them, at the hostess stand.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Which is, by the way, is very safe now without Andrew. You know, all the girls are safe. You know.
Buddy, we miss you and all the best to your family.
Yeah.
One word that I would use to describe Andrew would be bright. I know working multiple jobs like he did, coming in and you're already tired and exhausted, Andrew would be the one to just come in and make your day that much brighter. We always had a greeting for each other. Anytime I would see him or he would see me, it'd be like, oh, good evening. Oh, good afternoon. How are you this lovely brunch? Just every single shift, Andrew was that dude. He was like my little work brother, and I'm gonna miss him a lot. But he was definitely, he was a sunshine in my day if I needed it. He always brightened me up. Anytime I felt down, he would always be there to cheer me up. He loved Dipset, and which I thought was always hilarious. And me and him would just always be back and forth with the lyrics, joking around, kind of remixing it. You know, it got us through some shifts, and I'm gonna miss him like hell. So Andrew, I love you. All right, you be all right. Rock the heavens, and I'll always be thinking about you. And prayers to the family as well. My condolences, my deepest condolences.